Yeah, taking a big take the steps there. Oh no, just go walk the boat. Good job. Okay. What do we got cooking?
The last two are the so-called lesson.
Okay, can we knock them out, do you think? Or are they starting from scratch? You're tapping the floor here.
I didn't start yet.
Okay,
It's the one from yesterday, that little one. I
that
didn't
little one?
that
The
that
Rubik's?
paper thing from yesterday. I didn't make those little activities like lesson plans yet. And then for the other one, I started only the first section out of all the.
Okay, so how are we gonna do this? Am I gonna scribe? Then you're gonna tell me what you want to put in, so it's knocked out? We can do that. I'm gonna just knock them out. These are the last two that are due, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me share you the.
I would not want to live there.
It
Would
looks.
you? How do you think they get up to their houses?
Maybe come down there.
They walked all the way up?
It don't seem like there's a.
Not for me. Okay. Okay, let's give you a not connected. Available. Come on. How do I make this get connected? How do I connect it?
Not connected.
No.
The little.
Connected show me so I see it. How do I get connected to Northeastern?
This is one of these. Right now it's connected to my phone.
Yours connected to your phone?
Yeah, this one's connected to my phone.
Okay.
One of these.
For Northeastern? Unsecured NEIU. Okay, we got this. That's what we want. Good job. Okay, there's Gmail. Okay. We sent a bunch of files yesterday. Are these all the same ones? What do we got? What? Who is sending me? Okay. Where? Instance code. Okay. Let's get over here. What day is today? Thursday or Friday?
It's Thursday. It's the 12th.
We got receipt letter. What's this?
That's the library stuff.
Yeah, I just brought the books back. Is this it?
Yeah.
Literacy proficiency. That's the one you finish, right?
This is the activities, like lesson plan thing.
Oh,
From the
okay.
3 little thing I had from last.
Is that the one we want to work on?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go get it done. What the heck is it? I was sitting next, I'm in the art show across from the arts building. And I'm sitting next between two teachers, one for high school and my friend Jessie, who's an artist. She's like, I can't do these teaching classes are really hard. So I told her, your class is really hard. I have really hard homework.
Mainly writing. This is even harder than the other class I took this test.
It is, your homework that you did yesterday, I think was very hard. Very demanding.
She's so cool. I think officially start talking about it in mid toward the Halloween, the week before Halloween.
Mhm.
So we got like a month or a few weeks to really have everything.
But it's still a literacy profile of 3 activities for the child you assessed. An assignment 4. That was assignment 4?
Yeah, the paper I
Okay.
did this.
So those 3 links that you put in yesterday, that's what we have to write about here?
Yes.
Okay, what are they? Okay. Okay, we got that. We have the assessment for Jackson. Include key components of early literacy. Okay, you've got that. This is the same one that we did yesterday. Include games, jingles, songs, poems. What?
This one is more detailed. Like what?
Let's see. Do we need to see the press book? Did you watch it? Did you watch this?
I don't think that one is really.
This is supposed to tell us. What's do we need this?
No, I'm not. I don't think so.
Okay. Mhm. Mhm.
Those 5 are different from the other 5.
Yeah. Do you think that's something that Jackson would improve with? Jackson asked. He's fit, so he gets books. Last night when we did this, we talked about one thing that would help Jackson is if he read with people so he got familiar to read the text easier.
But it was, yeah, but,
Right? What were the other two things that you pulled up for Jackson?
kind of two of them is the same idea of like reading.
Mm-hmm. They're the similar idea about writing or reading. Okay, so let's blow this up then. So, oh wait, look at this. What is this? How do you even read this?
You zoom in.
Okay, good.
Plus on the bottom.
Okay. Zoom it. Plus or bottom.
A little plus at the bottom.
Let's go. But this is the big one we have to get done.
This is so-called for 3 activities and then 3 pages each. So like 9 page.
Okay, get this done. Let's get this done now.
And then that other one is so-called 11 pages. And then I type everything.
Mandy, you left these big homework assignments to the end.
Because these were the final ones, so like
I know, but
other
they're
than-
big. They're very big. Okay, child's background. This is about Jackson.
I'm not sure would this also be like the introduction I had before, because
What are we supposed to do with this?
this is a continuation of that paper from yesterday.
Okay,
This is about
is
the activities based on how bad he did on the test, so
okay.
weaknesses.
So you have to evaluate it.
I already did what did just that with that test.
Okay, so okay, so what we have to do is just complete this form?
Mm,
Is that right?
This is what I
This
need
looks
for
like-
this the rubric on how
On
to
Jackson.
on the stuff.
Okay, so we just labeled, right? Okay, can we access this to type? Oh, I don't have share from you. That's probably what it is. Do I have shared with 3 people? I can't type on it.
This
Do you
one,
wanna do you
this
wanna
one
do it?
don't type. It's a PDF.
This is a PDF?
Yes.
Okay, so you have to download it?
I have a Word document for it. It's the Mandy literacy portfolio activity 1, 2, 3, that one.
Okay,
Word
and
document.
we're just supposed to use this to establish the rubric of where Jackson is? Is that right?
To make the activities. Like making lesson plans based on those activities.
This is not activities, this is evaluating. Meets the standard, developing, emerging, or incomplete. This is, it
From-
looks like you're
Like from
supposed
the activities, I'm making a lesson plan.
Okay, do you need to evaluate Jackson on these points, these?
That is so-called based on what he did bad on.
Okay, good. You did good on some stuff. You-
It's mainly for the weakness. So
Okay. So we just reference this?
yes.
Okay, so what do we need to do?
You can
Where's
open
everyone?
the activity one, the portfolio activity 1 to 3.
What is this?
Did I not share it?
I don't know.
No, I
Is
think
that
I did
this?
not share.
Okay, that is this, where we have to write a paper?
This could go to the bottom, shows you more of what it's supposed to be.
God, this is hard work. Oh, Jesus. That's a good question. Okay. Okay. This is the same literacy that we just finished with Jackson yesterday?
Yeah, this is for the activities I so-called included in the plan for that one, that part.
Okay, your activities that you included for Jackson, they were based on like reading out loud and getting familiar.
This is more detailed of
Okay.
it.
So what are we supposed, this sounds really dumb, but what are we supposed to do?
Find activities based on what I found yesterday from those links,
Okay,
and then go more detailed, like full on like 1 day lesson plan.
okay. So help me understand how to help. So like, I'm thinking it's a logical progression, but it doesn't sound like. Assignment description as in syllabus. You will develop a literacy portfolio of 3 activities for the child you assessed in assignment 4. Okay, so stop there and you identified 3 activities for Jackson, right?
Kind of and kind of not. The 3 of the 5 little ideas from the so-called Big 5 I got,
Yeah.
but not really the activity that I want.
Okay, so you need to share the links then with me so I can see, so we can make this up.
Yeah, I shared this in that little the informative number 2 one in the email.
Wait. Show me. This This is what,
This has the link.
this is the document we wrote yesterday.
The link is at the very bottom.
Yes. Here we go. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what they are.
There are activities inside. Some activities.
Well, let's go make them happy. Let's go figure. Okay, phonetics decoding activities for first grade. You think he needs to work on his phonetics?
I think I think it was with this because
The modal finger pointing reading?
look when he was taking it somehow when he was supposed to be saying those letters in that one line go across, he somehow jumped to 2 rows down with another word.
Okay. So he wasn't able to focus exactly on the line.
Yeah.
Okay, so modal finger pointing reading. That means follow the words with your finger from left to right as you read them. Your beginning reader will do the same thing for you. Okay, so let's take that one and let's come back to where we are here. So, do you have another piece of paper? Can we just start a new page?
You can start a new page, yeah.
Okay. How do I do that on the share?
Mm-hmm. Or you could just type in the one.
Okay. Whatever's easiest. Oh, here, you could just go.
You can go. This was what I'm supposed to type it out. That's
Okay.
in these little parts.
Okay, let's copy and paste this in a new one then.
It ends at technology.
Oh, okay. So, okay, let's go. So we got the first one to this. Focus area is phonetical awareness rhyming. Is that what that area is?
That was phonics.
Okay, so we're not doing that.
That one is phonics.
That's her example. What is this word what you got going here? Phonetics?
And that one is phonics.
No, what is the one you're doing, the modal one that you just pulled up?
That the one you clicked was phonics.
Okay,
It's
where we just were, where were we? On the video? On the video that we are just looking at. Where was the video? Oh, wait, is it one of these guys? It's phonetics. Here, phonetics and decoding. You had said on here that number 3, the modal finger pointing reading is some area that Jackson needs to work on.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is under the major header, phonetics and decoding. Okay. We don't need the Rubik's, right?
Yeah. I think we might need to look back to just in case of help.
Okay, I wish we could print this stuff out. Activity number 3. Is this the one we're working on? Okay, phonetic. Right? And what it's called phonetic
It's the
and decoding. Specifically, modal. What's that word?
model finger point reading.
Model finger point reading. Okay. Okay. The objective. Do we have to say why we're working on it?
This
Rubik. I will just put it in here just for a minute so that we know. Rubik. results. Jackson was unable to stay focused on reading the letters across in the line of 10 samples, correct?
Yeah.
He frequently jumped to a new line in the reading, in the test script. And started reading the letters in new line of consonants. Does it sound right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your concern. You were specifically looking at the modal finger reading exercise as something good for him to exercise. So the objective is going to be what? That
I'm trying to.
student, the objective is that Jackson will learn to follow along from left to right
Yeah.
in a reading pattern, reading discipline. That's your objective. Does that sound right?
Mhm.
Okay, age level, what grade level
Yeah.
is this activity?
I put right here already.
First grade? Okay,
It's all of them is this because it's all for him. So
so first grade. Okay, so we got that in. He's the first grade. Is there any kind of books or anything specific that you want him to work with
if
that will help him to learn how to go left to right?
I think I might need a shirt or something.
What will you need to prepare for this activity? I will need to prepare practice sheets, worksheets of letters and simple words that Jackson can read and make sentences with. How's that? So if you have like a worksheet with sentences that are broke down like see the cat run. So like each word going across on the page that Jackson can put together, and he would know the image of see the cat run because he would hear it, and he would know what it's saying. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Would something like that work?
I think so. Yes.
Is there some technology or something around that? Okay. What do you think? Is it right?
Yeah. Yes.
You think?
Yeah,
Is there another thing that you need to do? for
maybe
this
some
exercise?
maybe a video or one or
For Jackson, you want him to read.
I want but like to just help.
What else would help him read? For this particular concern that he's moving down the page and not reading across, going from left to right. Because you can do another exercise of reading, having somebody sit with Jackson and read books so he can learn how to read the text. What you described is a different kind of a problem, that he's jumping all over the page and not following the logic of going left to right. That's what modal, what you chose as his concern. Is there any exercises that you can identify underneath that website that says specifically how to do this?
It briefly mentioned only that and those other activities.
Blah, 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 blah. Where does it tell you what to find to do for exercise?
I think they just only give you like a brief little description of the activity and then you try to expand it on by yourself. Because I think I can have more activities in there.
Okay, let's use the right words. Sight words. Oh, yeah. This whole thing is so complicated. Helping students keep their eyes on the words. That's what we want right here. Because that's what he's doing. Down again. What do we got? Keep your eyes on the words. First rule of writing, keep your eyes on the words. Okay.
Is there activity?
Let's see. Reading. This is explaining. You guys stop explaining and come up with other strategies, useful, effective teaching strategies. Struggling readers. They just call it sight words. Okay, let's use the term that they use in this. Where's your thing? Okay. Yes. Okay. So we're going to say that he needs to work with sight. Prove it. Jen. Letters. But was it letters or was it words?
I mean, I have this stuff.
Okay, I'm going to say it's words because it'll be easier to get there.
It was words.
What's that called?
Which one?
What is that? That's the exercise that you're thinking that he did not do. He jumped around on the words.
This was one of them.
Okay, well, we only want one. We just need to identify one so that we can make it happen. Okay, so we're gonna say Jackson, you know, like instead of going the words across the page, he jumps down to another line on the page, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's looking like for the maybe first two-ish or the first row he's able to, and then like when he's going
Okay.
more down,
This retention, he loses focus.
he start moving.
Jackson. After the first two lines of the chapter. Okay. You jump and pointed and red words in a line pointer down the page instead of the line that he was supposed to read. Okay. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
So what your objective is, Jackson will learn to follow along and to write and reading, learn to focus. Okay. Keep focused. Keep focused. And follow along from left to right while reading the words. They're called sight words. That's what we just read on the website. Sight words. Okay. That's our objective. So, how much time do you think this activity is going to take? Each day.
Those 3 minutes.
Practice. 3 minutes?
30.
30 minutes. With someone watching. Make sure he stays focused on the line, line of words on the exercise sheet.
Yeah.
Okay? Does it sound okay? Preparation. I will prepare. Practice worksheets of letters of words, simple sight words. And that form a sentence. Or a sentence. From Jackson. And put the words together. To form a sentence for himself. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
What else are you going to do? Just, you know, what else do you think you can do? I'm back there with that reading thing. Remember the teacher in the book where she was reading the book and pointing to the individual words?
Yeah. For that, the procedure thingy, it can be for one of them.
What procedure? Oh, anticipating some, please contact somebody. Anticipatory set. What the hell does that mean? Did you write that or did they?
That's what she wanted.
What is
For-
it?
I like the
What does it mean?
activities that align with the learning objectives.
Oh, that's easy. Why do they have to use these big words? Okay,
That's what that is.
okay. Your procedure, okay. Also, can I put in here that you're gonna read with Jack? Somebody's gonna read a book with sight words. Okay,
Mhm.
the teacher. Are you calling yourself the teacher?
Yeah.
Who's gonna be with Jack? Hmm?
This is so cool for maybe the teacher or the parent. So
Okay, so an adult. Okay, how come it's not typing?
Hmm?
How come it's not typing? You're typing keys, it's not registering. Where are you at? Where are you at? Are you over here? You on the same page?
yeah. Person.
You're in your preparation. I will make practice sheets. Right. Is this you to identify what the activity is? Is if you are the person that's being the teacher?
I meant. I think. Wait. It is. How would you assess for it?
Yes.
It's
So-
so called me. So it is
It
to
is
me.
you. Okay, so let's get you in. I identify using reading books, picture books with sight words familiar. Sight words to com- complement the practice sheet. Practice sheet sight words. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sight words to complement the practice worksheets. Of sight words. Okay. Your procedure.
Kind of like
This is
the
sitting.
details.
Okay, the details of this is.
Like first, what you do, and then next, and all the
So you're
all
gonna-
the direction. This is the directions kind of. For
Yeah,
that part.
for the teacher. If you're not the teacher, some other teacher can do this. Correct?
Yeah, that's what that part is.
Okay, so
For the
let's write
procedure.
this down. So the classroom teacher or Jackson's or another Jackson's family member sit with Jackson and read the book of sight words and pictures, then practice the worksheet of sight words recite words from the book. So then he develops the ability to stay focused on a line of words while learning the word, learning to identify the words, the sight words that he already knows from hearing and talking.
Yes.
Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Because he knows, if you say to him, like, read a book, he knows what reading a book sounds like and reads like. But if you had read a book here, he wouldn't necessarily stay focused going left to right to make that into a sentence, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so does that sound right?
Yeah.
Modeling, how are you gonna model this?
Like the example of how.
So the teacher or Jackson's family member will
Maybe
read.
or show him
Okay,
the show them like maybe on the little whiteboard
first,
of like an example of how you're supposed to practice reading across.
the teacher or Jackson's family member will demonstrate how to follow, how to read by pointing out the words as the book is being read. Is that correct?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Also, the teacher will demonstrate how to read the words on the practice sheet without the book. So that's to learn to see the words independent of a picture or sentence.
Yeah.
Because these are independent words.
Yeah, they are.
Okay,
Mhm,
does it make sense? Does it make sense for what you would do with Jackson? Okay. Checking for understanding. How are you going to check for understanding?
To see if he understood what he's doing.
To make sure, like, when he reads the words, he's not jumping more.
Yeah, he's already that part. For this part is to see he's already understanding what I'm trying to teach him.
Okay, so how are you going to know that he understands what you're trying to teach him?
Maybe like have him try to read a little.
Oh, yeah, he's going to have to read this stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
so,
yeah. Have it like be sitting by him.
Okay.
But this time no help. But like you're sitting by him and see how far he can read.
Okay, so you're going to, first you read the book and first you read the practice sheet. That's your procedure.
Yes, that's
And then you're checking for understanding is you're going to ask Jackson to read the book and the practice sheet.
yeah.
Okay. Teacher will ask Jackson to read the book and practice sheet of words. Sheet of words without any assistance.
Yeah, something.
Okay, does it make sense?
Yeah.
Guided practice. That is what you're doing.
This part is the thing. See,
Will read the first, then give the book to Jackson to read. Does that make sense? Is that what it's looking for?
I think so. That this is like kind of the teacher as a class idea ish. But since it's for him himself, it's like just
So
like,
you're gonna-
and then the independent is himself practicing. It's kind of similar to the understanding, but this is maybe another kind of practice too. Actually,
Independent practice is, are you going to give Jackson some
another
sheets?
kind of practice to see.
What else can you do as a different kind of practice?
Mm,
Can you play a game where he has to make a sentence out of the words? Would that help him? To have like a bunch of words? No, you want him to stay on a line going left to right.
yeah,
You don't want him to do like a crossword. What if you give Jackson a book and ask him to read the book to you? Now that you already said he's gonna do that.
that's for the understanding. This is another kind of
What is independent practice? What does it?
so so-called it's like the teacher gives the kids something to do, and then the kids do it themselves, and the teacher does kind of walk around to see if they're doing it right, but no, not really how that they're doing it themselves.
Okay, what if you have Jackson write the sentences from the book on the wall, on a blackboard?
On a board.
Yes. Would that be something like that, that he could write the sight words in the sentences? You know, like I'm thinking sentences in books are real simple,
Yeah,
like see cat run or something like
they're
that.
very short
And
words.
if he can write that on a board because he's read it from the book as an independent practice. So like first he reads it
Mhm.
and then he writes the sentence by himself without you telling him what the sentence is,
Or
what the
like
words in the sentence.
yeah, like I think something like that will work.
Okay, good. Let's put that in. Okay. Jackson will read the words, read a sentence, read a sentence from the book and write the sentence word on a blackboard. Okay, how's that?
Yeah.
That way you know that he can practice it. He can see the words in the book and then he writes the words because he understands that that's a sentence and he needs to keep going left to right.
Mhm.
Assessment. What assessment tools would you use for this? Oh, we just came up with that. Assessment will be whether Jackson can read a practice sheet of simple, what they're called sight words, and remain on the line from left to right while making the simple, this, the sentences from the words. Does it read right?
Yeah.
I know you're agreeing with me because we want to get this done, but I don't know teacher strategy. Technology integration. How would you use technology to promote students' engagement and learning? Ask.
This is kind of like if I wanted to use some YouTube videos and stuff to help
Jackson?
Just like it's during the beginning to demonstrate this is.
I think it's pretty
Okay.
easy what you came up with. I don't think, do you think there's movies about how to show this for Jackson?
I'm not sure if there is any like video.
Okay, well, what if we don't have one? How would you, okay, I will. Will you show Jackson movies of classrooms of people reading books together?
I'm not sure how this one like how would there be a video or some sort of like
Of what? Of somebody showing Jackson how to read a book?
um
I was thinking that video that you showed that we walked through and we had to do the assessment of how many processes teacher had.
it's
Remember that homework? What if something like that? Because she was so good to show, like she pointed at every word in the sentences in the book.
yeah,
Do you think that would help Jackson? Or
but that video itself was a bit too long for him.
okay,
Like,
so
maybe something like that. Yeah, I
okay,
think
so
so.
let's identify. I identify 3-minute videos of a child reading a book. An adult.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So do we have to do this for everyone that you identify with Jackson?
Yeah, two more.
Oh. Okay, so let's go. This is so literacy profile. So this is
This is the first
this is number 1. So let's put it. Let's identify. How do we get this
one.
done?
What is
I want to get the cursor to go to the left side. How do you make there? What did you pick?
You somehow don't have the thing across.
Oh, the toolbar completely?
It became into those 3 dots.
So this is evaluation number 1, or what are we calling
It's
this?
still this little LP thing, number 1.
Okay, so okay. Okay, you think what you're doing with the second one, and I'm gonna get this all set up for us.
Mm.
Okay.
Mhm.
They gotta go faster than me. We'll never get this done. So what's the focus of the next one?
It's the phonemic, so this is the sound.
He didn't seem to have a problem with sounds, did he?
Um, for it was so far with those others. It was mainly was the nonsense one
Oh, yeah, the nonsense sounds, the words.
because he was able to.
Okay, so what is that called?
It's the phonemic.
Sounds. Okay. So go back to the website and find out what it tells you that you should do for this. I'll get this part set up. set, so. So what is the objective to it? Is that Jackson will understand how to make the sounds of letters?
Yeah, it's that. I was like, maybe do they
What's it called from the website?
this phonemic
Yeah, that's a great word. Phonemic what?
awareness.
Awareness. And the observation is Jackson was unable, Jackson did not, Jackson was inconsistent in identifying letter sounds. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
The time. What is the time about? What is it?
How long the thing will be like raining?
Jackson. 5 minutes every day. Okay.
Yeah.
Preparation. How are you going to get it? How are you going to show? How is Jackson going to learn this?
I'm not. You can.
How did the teachers do it?
They tap it out and then they would give them a worksheet or like digital flashcards to match up with the
Okay,
sound.
so let's do that. The teacher. Okay, we will have flashcards for letters and vowels. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and flashcards for sight words.
Yeah.
Okay. Procedure. Teacher or family member will tap out the letter sounds as they call it on their arm,
Or like they
the
can.
letter sounds in from they tap out the words.
Yeah, they
Will
use the arm or with
they
their
will
fingers
practice
or on the table.
making the letter sounds with Jackson, so he understands the letter sound first.
Yeah.
Followed by tapping the letter sounds of the sight word flashcards out, tapping on their arm the letter sounds of the sight word flashcards.
Yeah.
Okay. Modeling. How is this going to be done? The teacher or family member will practice along with Jackson, tapping the letter sounds. And no, they're not. First, they had the teacher. Didn't she? Didn't she show them how to make the letter sound with their mouth?
She did, and then she also did say.
Show this. Show Jackson how to make the letter sound with his mouth.
And then she also provided a little sheet with all the little sounds too.
She had a sheet,
Yeah, I think
a
it's
flashcard sheet like?
a paper with maybe it's all the alphabet. And
Yes.
then there's a picture and maybe, I'm not sure if there's a little sounds on top, but she had a little sheet to help.
They will, well, we're doing flashcards, so they will point to the sound to the flashcard and make the sound of the letter, asking Jackson to make the sound with also. Okay? How's that?
Yeah.
The teacher will show Jackson how to make the sound, letter sound with his mouth, and then they will point to the flashcard of the letter and ask Jackson to make the sound with her along. Okay. Also. Okay. Checking for understanding. You're just checking for understanding. You're going to ask, the teacher's going to ask Jackson. The teacher's going to point to a letter and ask Jackson to say that letter.
Yeah, let's get the sound.
Okay. Without having a prompt from the teacher. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Guided practice. What does that mean again?
Is that thing like before with the modeling? It's just another activity where the teacher or the parent, another adult help the kid with that too.
Okay, so how else is, what other one are we gonna do?
For the sound,
Can you make up a silly song with the sounds?
yeah. And then the kid or Jackson try to say the sound. Yeah.
Teacher will make up a silly song with the letter sounds and ask Jackson to sing the song. How's that?
Yeah.
Independent practice. Ask Jackson to sing the song by himself.
Yeah.
What if he points to the letters? What if the teacher says a sound and she asks Jackson to choose that sound on the card?
That kind of is kind of like it's a that one seems more like guided-ish too. So
Okay. What independent practice? How can Jackson do this by himself?
when I saw about these little sounds with those little kids, they when they were doing these activities by themselves, they weren't really doing it.
So make something up. Mandy,
Um,
this is just getting this done. You don't have to test this out in the classroom yet. So what could Jackson do to practice by himself making sounds.
Um, so maybe see if you can say the sounds he hear. The sounds he hear from the flashcard
Okay.
or something.
Jackson. Yeah. Practice making the letters on the flashcards. Okay. The assessment. How are you going to know that Jackson's getting it?
Then again, it's kind of like that checking for understanding. Um,
The teacher will shuffle the cards and let Jackson pull a card and make the sound of the flashcard. The sound of the letter on the flashcard. How's that? Technology integration? There is none. That's all that's required. Jackson isn't going to be helped out by watching a video on that one. Okay. On to the next one.
this one is
Okay, I'll get this set up. You get going. And I'll get the template set up for the third. You know, getting used to the habit. Don't make it a complicated.
this is the vocab.
Vocabulary. What about, didn't we just have where Jackson was unable to?
Because I think one of these he struggle with those endings, so this is related to that.
Okay, so what is it called?
What
What is it called?
this thing
What's
is,
the problem? What is Jackson's area that you're trying to make better? That's number one. So let's see here. Focus.
this with the vocab because he was adding words and stuff, and then for some of these he didn't say the ending.
Okay, what's it called?
What
What are we calling it? What's the focus here? Can't be just
the vocab and then this reading.
reading practice. Is vocabulary a concern, or is it just a reading practice?
But it's vocab with the reading because he was taking away some words.
Upwards?
He was adding, and when there was a suffix of like meeting, he took it out.
Okay. Okay, so let's make it simpler though, okay? Because this is just about filling in the card. This is not, so if we're gonna work on vocabulary, let's make it, vocabulary. Is there a term for that? Okay, so what are we doing? Is it vocabulary? What are we doing?
This is vocab, and because he
And
struggled,
reading? Vocabulary and reading?
this is
What?
it is the reading with the vocab. The vocab is reading. So
Okay. Okay. The objective. What is the objective?
I'm like so-called he was adding words when there's no words there, and then he was for some of these
Was reading words.
or like seeing the words as a different word. So
When reading the text, was adding words when reading, and was unable to, he was only able to read 90 words.
yeah.
So he was okay. Different words. And what was printed on the test. Okay, is that it? The objective is, what's our objective?
I'm trying to make sure that he's not adding or taking away words.
So we want him to read it, only the words that are printed.
Yeah.
The objective is to strengthen access, reading ability, to stay focused on the words and routines. How's that? Jackson, Jackson. Different words than word. I will stop my phone. What was printed on the test script? To strengthen the objective, just say the objective. Point it out. It's to strengthen Jackson's reading vocabulary, reading ability, and vocabulary. I don't think it's vocabulary if it's making new words. It's reading. It's just flat out reading. This vocabulary.
Or would it be
is
these
fine.
other ones, like with fluency or comprehension?
Are you on the page on reading?
The reading was the vocab, so if it was comprehension, it's kind of still reading too.
Well, comprehension is understanding what you're reading. If
I don't think it's
Jackson is
really,
Jackson's adding new words instead of reading the words that are listed on the page.
yeah. So,
That's not necessarily vocabulary as much as it is
Is it-
focusing the word.
would it be fluency then?
Maybe. And vocabulary fluency. Okay, so give me what that says. Okay, the objective is to strengthen vocabulary to stay focused on the words that are printed on the text. In the text only. Grade 6 grade. Time, how much is he gonna take? 30 minutes a day?
Yeah.
Okay, preparation for this. How are you gonna do this? What do you need? You need simple books
Yeah.
that would keep Jackson's interest. Simple reading books that will keep Jackson's imagination and match his vocabulary level. Okay, how does that sound? So the procedure, teacher or family member will sit with Jackson and ask him to read the book. They will identify when Jackson changes the word, the printed word, adds additional words or different words. He's not adding additional words, he's adds, reads a word that is not printed in the book.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yeah, because for these two sets the other one.
So it's practice. Our poor buddy Jackson. Modeling. How are you going to model this? The teacher or the or the family member can read one page and Jackson can read the next page.
Yeah, take turn reading.
Okay. Okay. Check it. How are you going to check the understanding? Are you going to? Are you? Okay.
On this little website, it said the kids in the like toward the end of December, they're reading 50 words, and then at the end of the school year, 70. They're
So
like
you're going to
about the how many words he's really able to read during those like paragraphs.
words Jackson can read. We're gonna we're gonna test routine testing of Jackson's of the correct reading of the text and the words per what is it? Words per
Minute
minute
per minute.
that Jackson can read. Expectation is to see an increase in accuracy and speed. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, guided practice. Teacher and Jackson will alternate reading the pages of the book. So that's the teacher model.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what's your independent practice? What can Jackson do by himself?
It'd be for him to like read a little paragraph
Jackson,
or like a short story.
short story, report, or tell the teacher.
Give like a mini summary and to give.
Wow, that's lucky.
Yes.
The assessment, we already did the assessment.
The assessment would be kind of like those little testing of how many words maybe.
Yeah. And technology integration. I don't know. What is technology integration?
Would we need to add any technology really?
I don't think so. What do you think? I think Jackson just needs someone to spend time with him. What do you think? Do you think there's... I'm fixing all the Jacksons that have a J.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No required. I think you got this. Okay, take this back, get my name off of it, and go submit it right now. Okay? Don't overthink it. Okay, take me off of it. And go put it in 2L.
Let me reset.
Somebody get on.
The document itself will have all the little things.
I'm on it. That's the ECED 306.
I didn't send you yet. It's coming.
Yes. My laptop on this. You got it?
Yeah, I sent.
You submitted it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. And the next one's gonna be much easier.
But this one is a more detailed version.
You gotta be kidding, man.
It got extra stuff.
Don't take this class again, okay?
It's too much.
It is too much, girl. Andy, what's your ID number?
I gotcha.
I got it. So what do we have to do now?
A lesson plan.
For what? For Jackson?
Another one.
What do you mean?
It's just a lesson plan, like a running topic.
Is this for Jackson?
It's a different class.
This is a different class. Okay.
The Monday class.
Um,
This one I just only started the first part of it, and the rest I need to finish. The element 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
oh, come on. Okay,
12,
next
13.
semester, we're gonna do this stuff. You can't. You
15.
can't. No. What is this class number? ECED?
Yeah. For which one?
What you're doing right now?
The 301. Most of these classes are 300.
Okay. Did you send me it?
Yeah, I sent you the thing and the rubric and a slide to help.
We're gonna make this simple, okay? This is not gonna be a complicated thing. You just have to get something in, right?
Yeah.
It does not have to be great. What a class is this one for? ECED
The 301.
301. What did you start? Just tell me what you got going here.
What I wanted to do was so-called reading a story.
Okay.
And it's the preschool kids and 20 students, and then it's language arts.
What's language arts?
The reading.
What does it mean, language arts?
Because the lesson I chose was reading a story, so
Okay, and it's called language arts?
for the content area or
Okay.
discipline. The activities are lesson fun.
Okay, so what do we do?
I'm so-called writing a lesson plan based on. I think I would somehow find a story to write it about to make the little lesson plan.
Okay, did you select the book?
I think I kind of found a book called Penguin and Pumpkin.
Okay, Penguin and Pumpkin. President lesson plan resource guide. Okay, what do we have to do? This is where that Rubik's sheet is? No, it's not. What is this? Okay. What am I looking at? I'm looking at a presentation. What is it?
This is to give extra help to explain the little.
Okay, we're not gonna go through all this, because we're gonna get this done, because it's already an hour and a half. Okay?
Yeah.
And I've gotta be somewhere more. Okay, so what do we need to do? What do you need to submit?
The word doc.
What Word doc? Where's the Word doc?
I have my last name in the lesson plan, then November 22nd.
Okay, where is it? Where is it? Is this it?
The third one.
The third one? Okay, let's go get this done right now. And we're not gonna make it complicated, okay?
Yeah.
All you have to do is get it simple, man. Element, the additional checklist. Okay. 45 minutes? That's a long time. Let's go with 20 minutes. Because if you're reading a book, you're and 20 students, how about you have 5 students? You're in preschool, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not going to have big groups of people. They're not going to be, you couldn't keep 20 students preschool focused,
Yeah.
okay? And they're not going to sit there for 45 minutes. Just think who your people are. That's your audience. Okay, so what do we got? Language arts? Okay. 20 minutes. I'm making it bold so that we can find it, so that we know that we filled it in. Where is the lesson segment? This does not lead. Where is the lesson segment? Does this?
In the middle
It's in the middle. What does that mean?
of the school year.
In the middle? Okay. Date is today, December 12th. The group is preschool. 5 students. And what is this? Whole class, small classroom? What is this? The structure. It's a small group, right? Okay. Okay. What do we got? The classes. Oh, this is you. Can we put 5? That you wrote this already?
Yeah, this one.
Okay,
I have
make
to
it
write that
small.
part.
Okay.
That's part of it.
Diversified quotations. Okay. There. 3 ELLs in the classroom. What are those? What's ELL?
English learner.
Okay, let's spell it out. English learner. Students. What is an English learner?
Mm,
And 3 students that are IEPs, what is that?
The individual educational plan.
Okay, we have 2 of those. We're making this simple. Okay. Right. The students in the classroom come from single and 2 parent households, with all parents working a full-time job. Parents of the children are very involved in the children's learning. There are parent volunteers in the classroom during the field trip, and the parents usually show up for student performances. The lesson will take place in the middle of the school year. This will be a review lesson to see how well the students are able to write 3 short sentences about a story. The teacher will read a book to the student. The teacher will ask students a question about the story and then ask them to talk to each other about the story, answering the question the teacher is asked. The teacher will then ask some of the students to share what they have learned with the other students in the class. Students will then write a 3-sentence summary of the story they have heard that day. Finally, the students will get a chance to write a question about the story and a pop-up quiz for the next day. Mandy, this is a really hard thing to do.
It has to be the.
It has to be that complicated?
I'm trying to answer all the questions they had here.
Oh, okay.
It was that little blue box up there.
Okay. Explain the importance of the lesson. What's the lesson is? Okay. The lesson is to
The main goal here.
I'm gonna change this so it's blank. The goal is to have the students
Uh,
to check their reading retention.
it was I have them write sentence about the story, the 3 sentences.
Okay, what are you evaluating by doing that then? Reading retention?
And understanding.
Okay. Okay, the central goal is to strengthen the students' reading retention and ability to
Understand. Understand and write.
to what? Write sentences?
Write the 3 sentences.
Be able to write 3 sentences about what they heard in the story. Okay. Highest relevance to the student lives. Explain the lesson relates to students in their current knowledge, interests, and development stage. Okay, how old are these students? You didn't say how old they are.
Preschool, so.
Preschool are going to write 3 sentences?
I think at first I was trying to do kindergarten.
I think this is more like 2nd, 3rd grade to be able to write 3 sentences.
There's a
From a book that's 20 minutes, or the story
three
is?
short sentences.
Okay, so let's put the word short sentences in. To write 3 short.
Or should it be two? It was too
I
long.
would say, I'm just thinking, write preschool,
Maybe one.
one sentence. Well, why do you think they're going to write in preschool?
Oh, but so close, like they're already starting to write.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they're going to write 3 short sentences about the pictures, pictures, and the story from the book. Okay, how's
Mhm.
that? Now, why is that important? Why do you think the teacher, why do you think the students need to know this?
Because I'm trying to see how well they're able to write like a sentence with like maybe the capitalized letters
Okay,
and the punctuation at
why is it relevant to the student?
the,
This will teach the students what?
because the book I chose is like a fall-ish Halloween book, so it's like autumn.
Okay, so, but what will it teach the student? Why is this important to them?
They would be able to communicate about about the story. Because I asked them to be that answering questions.
Will remember what they read and be able to make, be able to, I, to what? Remember what they read and be able to
Communicate.
communicate short sentences about the story. Okay, and what's the third link? The broader learning goals. Describe a lesson, broader content subject. How would you prepare the students for their future learning? Okay, this is easy.
About like what the lesson is
Why
trying to
are you doing this? You are doing this so that the students will learn how to read,
write.
so that they can read and write independently. Okay, skill development. What are your skills? What are they learning by doing this? They're learning coordination and writing, right?
Yeah.
Students are learning how to make sentences from a limited vocabulary. Students are learning to remember what they heard and read in the story,
Yeah.
right?
Just
Okay, what's the next one? Instructional approach. Okay,
about the activities that look I will have the book and then there'll be some worksheets, I think.
this is preschool.
Yeah, a worksheet of paper for them to write their little sentence and redraw the picture.
Your instructional approach is teacher will first read the book, the story, then provide a worksheet with pictures for the student to write a sentence about the picture that reflects that was in the story. How's that?
Yeah.
What is that sentence? Is that a sentence that makes sense? The teacher will first read the story, then provide a worksheet with pictures for the students to write a sentence about the picture on the worksheet that on the worksheet that that okay, I said that wrong. On the worksheet that matched the pictures in the storybook.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mhm.
Okay, reference educational theory. You got to do that because I have no clue. What's that educational theory?
It's from the book.
Okay, give me some words.
Find the.
You find
that.
them.
You can go to the next one.
Okay, no, you find this. Find what you need because you have to build on it. Don't make it complicated. Look in the back and find the words. That's the easiest way to get something. There's got to be a term that's going to call it out. Maybe.
Let's see.
Find it.
Hmm. I don't.
Okay, what was this one called? Lesson plan rubric? Mandy,
What?
what was the name of this one again? Lesson plan? No, it's the rubric. I don't share. Here, you want to find it? What is it?
I can't find it.
You can't find what this is called?
The theory? I can't find it. Theory.
You can't find the word theory in here? What is it called again? What are we looking for? I fell off of the page.
I'm trying to,
Educational theory?
can't really find any.
You gotta find one. Is it called theory?
I'm at the theorist and stuff. But
What? What? Planning and implement effective small group activities? Getting a developmental activity plan? That's 79. Setting, teachers set goals. Teachers make instructional design decisions. This is where, I think this is where you're at. What's the name of this document again? Because I accidentally got off of it. What's the name on it?
this one.
This one. Okay, so let's go. So what's our question here? Ah, the central focus. What concepts do you want the students to know? What concepts must the developmentally appropriate, and what makes it into considered? Oh man, this isn't even English.
That part is the directions, and then that little thing down here is the template of what it is.
Okay. So the central focus is an overarching goal of the learning segment of the big picture the student learns. The central focus is a description of the important understanding of the core concepts you want the students to develop within the learning segment. The central focus should go beyond the list of facts and skills. It should align with the standards and learning objectives. Right here, small group activity, and address the specific components of the learning segment and how students will engage in learning. Okay, so how is this going to work? You're going to read to them. And what is the central focus? What's the central focus of this activity with students?
It was so called, like, I wanted them to, like, understand what they're being read, just understand the story, and then, like, from,
Understand the story being read to them.
and then they'll also be, like, talking to their friends when they're asked to give their little response.
Be able to talk to their classmates about the story.
Yeah.
And what else?
They're writing the
And-
sentence.
And be able to write a sentence about the story. Okay, those are three big objectives. Okay, so those are your objectives. Let's write a paragraph now about why is this important. Why do you want the students to be able to do this?
They're able to, like, start to, when they understand the story, they kind of, is able to read in the future too.
They will be able to use other skills learn skills in communication and writing to share the to convey the shared learning experience of listening to a story being read. How's that? When the students understand the story, they will be able to use their other learned skills their other learned skills in communication and verbal communication and writing to convert to, that's where you communicate. Use their verbal and written skills. I think this is too much for preschool people to do. Don't you? Think where you're at the daycare center. Do you think those kids can do this? I'm just thinking, where's Jackson at? In first grade, do you think Jackson can do this? I think this is kind of a lot. What do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think kids can do that in preschool?
They're writing already. They write their name. They're writing. They're writing
Okay,
already.
are they? Okay, so it's okay. They can do this then. Okay. That's why you're going to do this. By the end of this, okay, so the next line needs to be by the end of this, by the end of this, um, this, what is this? Lesson plan. Students will be able to, what? Write simple sentences?
Yeah.
Of what they have heard. Okay, does that make it?
Mm-hmm.
Measurable objectives. What do you expect students to know and be able to do by the end of this?
These are the objectives.
Okay, okay.
This
So
have
what
to
will they be
describe
able
how
to do? What will they be able to do?
That they're gonna understand the different parts of the book and able to explain what's their favorite part
Okay,
and also write the sentences too
okay.
about their book.
What we need to say is what you just said. Students will be able, say it again, to
Understand the different parts of the book.
understand the different parts of a book. No. If you're telling me a story, I'm not going to say, well, there's the subject of the book, there's the the concept of the book. They're going to be able to listen to a story and be able to tell a story. Able to listen to a story and understand what was read to them
Yeah.
in the story. The students will be able to identify the characters in the story,
Yes.
and be able to know what happened to the characters,
Yeah.
what happened in the story to the characters. What else would the students be able to do? What are their objectives? What?
The writing and stuff.
Okay.
Answering the question.
What do you want them to accomplish in this learning experience? Students will be able to use their vocabulary to
Write the sentence.
write about what they heard. What else are they? Taxonomy to determine the level of rigor. We're going to say this is rigorous. Comprehension level.
For that one, it's just really just the words of
Is rigorous. Students to choose their own words to describe the activity they heard in the story. How's that?
yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that's difficult about this for these students? Do you think it's going to be difficult for them to
Maybe when
to make a
writing,
sentence?
just writing it, and like remembering the part that the part of the story.
Okay. Students will have a challenge to remember the story and make the sentences.
Yeah, to help with writing the sentences. Yeah.
Okay. What else?
Then that would be all.
Okay. Elements, curriculum standards. What do you want to address? Provide relevant standards only. Use common ELA, early learning and development standards and language development standards. Refer to isbe.net. What is it? Can you find isbe.net? Are your lesson objectives aligned with maximum student achievement of the listed standards? Okay, lesson plan for infant toddler. We don't have infant toddlers, right?
No.
Okay. This is an example. So lesson plans for, what do you got? What are these kids?
That's a preschool, but I might change it to kindergarten.
I know you're going to change it to kindergarten because preschool kids can't do this. I would not want you as my teacher. You would just be really hard. Garden. How do you spell garden? Is that right? Is it kindergarten? Kindergarten. It's a T. Okay. So what is the education standards that are supposed to be on this?
I would need to find them.
Okay, well, get going, girl. Because I don't know. I don't even know what it would be under. Is this in this book here?
It won't be there.
It will not. This is about developing the plan, the objectives, content material. We got that. Evaluating. Okay, this is curriculum standards. Is that something that you have on the internet from this ISBE? Principles and development direction to enhance it. Okay, here it is. Applying the principles of development direction to planning. Okay, we're going to say this is a story that they have heard many times before.
Which,
Yes, this matches right here. The activity was based on a story the children had heard several times before. As children become more adept at identifying characters and sequence events, familiar stories, the teacher could introduce less familiar stories than the children to consider. So,
and you somehow entered the wrong box.
I did, or you did?
You went up and then we're
I'm
down.
up on the very top because I just added the statement that you are reading the same story over and over.
We're in the element 5.
I know.
I
We
just moved it down.
are. Okay, so what are we writing here? Be able to communicate short stories in the set. Okay, now we have to write about the curriculum standard. What is the curriculum standard?
Mm,
What does that mean? Do you see curriculum standard in there? Maybe it would be. You must have learned this. I can't make it up. Use Common Core ELA, Early Learning Development Standards. Just type in Early Learning Development Standards and Language Development Standards and find one. Okay, you just need to have the right words for this. This will be an example of, give me a standard.
I have some down there.
Where? You put these in? What are they? Retail information from this. Those are benchmarks?
Those are the standards.
What are they? Where? Demonstrate understanding? Okay. Okay, so, okay, get this out of here. State the goal. Learning standards C. Okay. We don't need anything else under that then, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Get rid of all this red stuff. Okay, element, language demands. What do we got? Now you have to explain what is this? What vocabulary words would you like to target for explain the students' access to new material? What other language functions? Syntax, discourse will students need to know in order to succeed in the lesson? What evidence-based supports will you provide to help individual students in your class as a whole or succeed? Think about how you might differentiate instruction for the individual and groups of students and the whole class to help them grasp the vocabulary and syntax. So listening, are we going to make up words that they're going to learn? Is that what that means?
It's a use 398 and 45.
Okay.
And stuff.
What's the name of the book you're going to need?
The penguin and pumpkin.
I'll get the next section going.
About the stuff they're able to do this.
What do we need to do? So you need to identify language words. You're gonna have a worksheet?
Yeah, I'm gonna have them give a worksheet.
Pictures of the characters in the storybook. With space below each picture. And
Where are you?
I'm just below, I'm in the next section.
Oh, the
Under
materials.
resources that you need. Okay. Are you gonna go typing?
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna get that typed and you go finish it.
Uh,
Okay, you're up in this section.
for listening.
You're in the one right above.
Listen.
You're right here. Go ahead and type. You do that.
Say there's anything about listening.
Okay, well, yeah, they're listening to you tell a story.
Hmm.
They're gonna have to learn to sit still and not jump around so that they can hear the story, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's put that in there. The students will learn to sit still and listen to the story, right?
Yes.
Speaking. The students will learn to speak to the person next to them. Will learn to talk to the person, to the student next to them, and also listen to what that student has to share, right?
Yes.
Reading. And if we got any reading things going on, they're gonna read the pictures and be able to write a sentence about it.
Research the directions for the writing.
They're gonna read directions for the worksheet. Okay, writing. What are they doing? They're writing sentences. Story. Okay, viewing. What does viewing mean?
I think what they're gonna see. I think from that.
Students will see the book being read, the penguin, and the pumpkin, and the pictures in the book. Right? You're gonna
Yes.
show them so they'll be able to identify it. Okay.
With the
Visual
visual
representing,
the
what's
same
that mean?
thing.
What's that mean?
Isn't that the same thing?
Okay, students will see the book. Vocabulary. Are you going to have a certain set of vocabulary that students need to know?
I think from that, what those stories.
How are you going to teach what some words from the book?
Maybe like yeah.
To increase their vocabulary. Okay, how's that?
Yeah.
Penguin would be nice if it's. We got that right. Okay. Okay. Is that how you spell penguin?
It's with a G.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
It actuates evidence-based supports healthy class. Get over it. Okay. So resources are the book, the worksheet.
Yes.
Are you going to have a separate sheet with the vocabulary words printed out?
Yeah, to help them if they need it, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, a visual aid on the blackboard of the vocabulary that the students will learn from the book, from the storybook.
Yeah.
Okay?
I think that might be.
Okay, technology use. How are the students going to engage with this? This is low tech. The teacher is reading the book. And the classroom will be, and the blackboard will have the vocabulary words available before the students arrive. How's that?
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yes.
Okay. Planning the positive learning environment. Okay, how are you going to do this? This is a book that the students have read before and they like hearing the story of the characters.
Yes.
Everyone is familiar How's that? Okay, what do we got? Positive learning time management. This activity. This activity is scheduled for 20 minutes. So, the story will be read in 5 minutes. The students will have 5 minutes to talk to each other about the story.
Yeah.
The students will have 5 minutes to write the sentence on the worksheet. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay. Give detailed step-by-step how you will implement the instructional plan using numbered lists, describe. That's exactly what we just did here.
Yeah, for the other one, similar.
So we're just going to copy and paste that, okay? Does that make sense? How are you going to do it? Okay.
Yeah.
How are you going to do this? Teacher will show the book to the students and get them excited about reading the story again. The teacher will ask questions about what the students remember about the story from last time they read the book, storybook. How's that?
Yeah. It's
That's how you're going to get the kids involved. Whoops. That's your warm up.
and then what the teacher will do, and then what the kids would do. The reading and the
Well, you got the plan. That's good. Just take this little section here. Modeling it. I do that. How will you connect prior to learning? You got that. Okay. Checking for understanding. Teacher will check for understanding by helping students remember the story, characters, and showing 1 or 2 pages of the pictures in the book. How's that?
yes, it is.
Collaborative learning. You do it together. That is doing it together. Guided practice, we do it. I think you got it. What do you think? What is all this?
I think this is more detailed in some ways.
Do you
more.
need it?
Do I need it?
Yeah, you need it.
It's part of it. I think just the more detail of what I'm saying.
Okay, I don't. How will you know that each student is involved? Teacher will call the name of any students that are not engaged in the conversation about the book. Will ask that student a question about what they remember. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's your collaborative. So that takes care of
And then the independent insert writing.
collaborative learning. How do you do collaborative? That's where the teacher will ask the students to talk to each other. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is what
That's what's this independent practice? We don't have independent. That's your writing.
yeah, that's what they're doing. They're writing their school little stories. Their little sentences.
Students, write their sentences and complete the worksheet. Independent. Period. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
You keep on.
Keep hitting something.
It's a test. It's back to normal now.
So what's the next one? Closure of the learning experience. Everybody goes home. Are you going to let the students color the worksheet?
If they so called, yeah, the color some worksheet, maybe into the end of the day.
Teacher will hand out crayons and markers and allow the students to color the worksheet after they have written their sentences. How's that?
Yeah.
Does it sound like a good? And then we're going home. This is not bold, and this is not red. Application of learning theory, you got that.
That one is with the little PDF. I don't know. Do I need to add anything?
No.
The right stuff.
Accommodations. Okay, what are you going to do when kids are not What are you doing? You put special learning kids in your room.
Yeah,
What are you going to do special for them?
the extra time.
You don't have extra time. You have 5 minutes on every piece of this puzzle. There is no extra time. Can we make the kids English-speaking children and not diversity children? You're pretty tight. 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. If you've got special needs kids, how are you going to be able to address them?
Unless if there's an extra teacher in our room.
Okay, so you will, the classroom will have a teacher aide to specifically assist students that are, what do you want, ELS or LAC or whatever?
It's to help.
I know what they're there for. We have to say, what are they doing?
They're there to
That are
give the
available
students
to help students
with their activities.
with their activities. Okay, I gotta go across. They're gonna close the gallery at 4 o'clock and my stuff is in it. Okay. I think you're okay on this. Effective networks, this is an example of it. What is this? Element, what's number 14?
What I use to test out how they understand
So how are you going to do this?
with that writing.
How are you gonna test it?
With the writing,
Review the student writing, written sentences to make sure they are completed. Tell me, I'm just making that up.
yeah,
I
that's
don't know how
mainly
you
it.
do that. That they have that, sure, that the students have completed the worksheet and wrote the sentences. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we done?
And then there's the reflection I can do.
Okay. You can do the reflection?
Yeah.
Okay. You okay with this
I
then?
think so. Yeah.
You think so? You feel okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Do not get lost on this. Make it a couple statements. What's your reflection? Here, let's just go.
Like about what, how it would be, like, if this, I really did this lesson plan, how would it be?
How would it be?
I think it would be kind of,
Would be challenging.
for like when doing the
To implement?
transitions and stuff, of like if they were at the table going to the rug to read the book and stuff.
It might be easy to do if there were 2 student days in the lesson to help keep the focus and movement between and brain movement.
Yeah,
Okay, does that make sense?
I think so.
Okay, that's all you need to say. I don't think you have to write a life story.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
want to say something else?
I think that might be.
What do you think? No, I don't want to put words in. You want to say something else? Do you think this would be a fun thing to do with a group of students?
I think it would have been because if it was during the mid of the school year-ish, that may be kind of still in the beginning. Toward the
For the students, teacher.
because it's kind of like a holiday-ish seasonal book, so like
They can share what they think about
uh
Halloween.
yeah, it has a pumpkin, so it's Halloween mainly, or like the autumn season.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Go submit this.
yeah. Mhm,
Okay.
yeah.
Don't get lost with it.
Mhm,
It's done.
yeah.
I want to hear the submit click. Take my name off of it. I'm off of it. I gotta go get my artwork from the art gallery. Okay. Submit. Did you submit it?
Yeah.
You did on both of them?
Yeah.
High five. Done. Andy, next semester, you're gonna work the homework earlier, okay?
Yeah.
And don't take two education classes together, okay?
One of them, the clinical.
Okay. I think it's hard for these teachers.